No, why is you dancing in the chat? I'm dead. Yo, Price got the selling, bro. Like, I just seen it when I was coming home. Y'all are muted, by the way, but um, I seen it when I was coming home. There was this fat rejection. What time frame was on? There was this like huge rejection to the upside. I was like, hold up, this could be the one. I think I seen it on like a smaller time frame, but overall, I was like, I think it was this drop, and then it came back up. Then I looked away, and now it's all the way down here. Honestly, I just took a, mm, I don't know. That's a little bit of a risk, honestly. Let's talk about today. I feel like we should talk. What should we talk about, man? I feel like today I've just been going through the traders chat, and I've been noticing that some people just don't know what. Some people are just confused on what price is doing. Like I feel like most people are just overall just like just they feel like they're riding the trend in the sense, but overall they feel like they're riding the trend, but overall they're not. They're really just switching bias over and over. I feel like I feel like people are just completely lost on like what price is doing. So like right now they don't know what price is doing, but overall someone like me would be like, okay, there's a new low in the market. Price could push up into an area of the previous low or the next, resistance level. Whatever resistance level is most likely to be tested is where price is going because there's a new low in the market. So I'm used to price buying up. But to somebody else, they might just be like, they might forget. It's like people forget what's going on. It's like even though this drop happened, people are trying to like, go long. They're in the mindset of thinking like, oh, price dropped. So now it's just gonna buy up because it's done dropping. It's like oh snap, it's people in the waiting room. I don't know why it's like that. Wait, did it let them in? I don't know why it's making everybody like wait in the waiting room. That's weird, but let me see. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that to everybody, but overall, like I was saying, people are just in an area where they're just like they don't know what's going on. So I think that's what we can talk about today, just to know where you're at in the market. And we can go over a few more charts, so it don't have to be just NAS. All right, I'm gonna keep looking because it says we have to freaking I have to bring people in. They don't just automatically join. But overall, what we're going to talk about is just overall what is the market like? Where are you at in the market? Like where are you at in the chart? So let's just do right now. We're doing US 30. And I'm understanding that price right now in my head, because we're going to talk about my mindset of the chart so you can kind of get a better of an understanding. Me personally, I think price is in an area where, okay, if it comes up to, this previous low, we can sell. Or if it breaks past this, then I'll be looking for price to come here because that's just overall areas where price has done some buying up and then we broke past it. So it's selling pressure here. There's sellers here waiting here. So that's how I'm thinking that, all right, price is in the area. So if it do start buying back up, it's going to come to here where sellers are at because we're overall in a downtrend. So you want to be looking for sellers where sellers are going to take control at. If you're in a downtrend, then when you're in a uptrend, you want to look for where buyers are going to take control. What's most likely to happen if price breaks this high? So like, let's say if price breaks this high, what is most likely going to happen? Is it going to break it and then just straight dump? Or is it going to continue to go up because it's breaking new highs? It's making a new high score. So it's like, I feel like people don't, they just be like, it'd be like they be trading without any like markups. That's how they be doing it. They do it like this. So people are literally doing it just like this. We're on a 2 hour. People are doing it just like this. They'll hop on like the 5 minute and then they're doing it like this. So they're seeing this picture. They're literally seeing this picture, but they're not seeing this picture. They're not seeing the whole picture. They're not seeing that I want everybody to understand the fact that price on every time frame is going to do the same thing, but it's just going to take one time frame to take a little bit longer. So like I want you to have like whatever you see on the 1 minute can happen on the higher time frame. Just because it's the 1 minute doesn't mean it doesn't happen on the higher time frame. Just because you see it on a 15 doesn't mean it's not going to happen on the the 4 hour or the daily. Like literally everything has the same structure. It's just on a different time frame. So like let's say if we was on a daily, right? If we was on a daily, you see how price here, you see how price here it pulled down, made a low, came up trying to make a high, and then came down making a low, right? So we see this. Look what happens every time it does that on a 4 hour, right? Let's just use let's use like a different one. Let's just use, I want to make it clean. We can use these are a little bit choppier to understand, but overall you can understand it. So price right here, it pulls down, makes a low, tries to create a high, failed to create that high, and then comes down lower, right? So just right here, what does the price do here? Pulls down, makes a low, pulls up, comes up, and then makes another low, right? So we're just looking at it on the daily time frame aspect now. So now all we did was just change the number of what chart we was looking at. Now we're looking at the daily. What does the daily do? Pull down, make a low, pull up, make a high, pull down, make a low. What do you think it's going to do then? Pull up, make a high. Make a high here and then come down lower. That's just how price action works. Like that's literally how it works. Nothing like complicated other than that. Now, how we like take all this into consideration is like, our key areas are support and resistance. So now we're going to look at, okay, where are we at on this chart? All right, so overall, I'm gonna just go ahead and point this out, is that I see that price here made a low. Why am I targeting this low, not down here or like over here? I can even actually target this one actually, if like we was looking at it, I can actually target this one. Because if I'm looking at the chart, even like if I'm looking at the chart, overall, I'm like, all right, what is price doing? All right, I see prices going down. It's pulling back up, but it's coming down. I can see that it's just overall going down. Now I'm taking into consideration what's going on. So I see every time price touched here, it kind of bounced back up. So I'm gonna take this into consideration because this is telling me that there's a buyer right here. There's like buyers right here. So we're gonna mark this up. There's a buyer right here pushing price up. I gotta keep going over here to my screen to see who's like trying to get in. All right, so right here, I know there's a buyer right here. Push price up. It gets to this level. You can mark this if you want to. It really doesn't matter right now. But mark this. This is an area where sellers are at. Push price down. We're back in that same area where buyers are at. All right, so right here. Buyers are right here. All right. Now we get pushed back up again, right? Now we're coming back down. And this time we don't break it. Like, I mean, not we don't break it. We do break it. We break it, right? So now we break that area and we come down, we make a new one, right? So now we got a new level of where buyers are at. Now, this is what you should be thinking. This is literally what you should be thinking. Since price is already established a low here, right? It's already established a low here. This means that these buyers are no longer here and they're here now. So let's just move it back down. I don't know why I just didn't make a whole new error. But all right, so now we have established that all right, the sellers are in this area. Sellers are in this area. Now we do pull back. That's okay though. We do pull back. This is normal after price makes a low. This is why I want everybody to understand. When price makes a new low, we can buy up and do whatever, but we know the overall trend. Because look, if we look at it this way, lower high. Now we got a lower high, and then we got some, more lower highs, and then we're going down, right? So overall, just looking at it like that. So now price pulls back, does what it does, trying to find like an area of resistance, and it uses it here, right? So we know this, but we don't care about the buys. Why? Because price has already made a low in the market. It's already telling us, all right, I've made this low. I'm just pulling back, correcting myself because we just sold off. And do mind us, we are on the daily time frame. So overall, this is like, what is this? It's like 10 days right here worth of just selling. What is this? Yeah, like 10, 11 days right here. So 10 days worth of selling. And then we have this pullback, right? So this is like a week or two, like almost a week or two of just buying back up. And then we find a level of resistance. Now, this is how you got to think about it. If price travels back below here, if price ever, that's actually one of the easiest ways to get entries, but we're gonna go over that in a bit. If price pulls back up into that area and just repeats itself again, so once price broke back below these lows again, what do you think is possibly going to do? It's going to go to the same area that it went to the last time before going any lower. That's just like how price action works. So if price was to break this low, like it did right here, and create this one, right? And then we pull back up above this same area again, right? What do you think is going to go when it breaks the same thing once again? Like when it literally does the same thing once again, it's going to come back down to here. So now we're back down to here. It actually broke it and caused a new low in the market. So now we got new ones. You can just mark this whole area. Now we got a new low. So let's just look at it like this. So now we got a new one. Price makes that pullback, still not breaking really too many highs, making a new one, not really not an outstanding high. It's not like, wow, that's like, it's coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a little bit more of a, okay, now we're breaking highs. We're on a little uptrend in a sense. You can look at it like that. But this one, we're not really doing anything. We still, overall bearish because we got this new low. We got a pullback, and then it ends up making its way back down. Same thing here. You see how we got this low here, right? If we break back below this low, what do you think is going to go? We did it before. Like it literally did it again right here. So price comes down, makes a low, pulls back up. We break them same lows. What do you think is going to target once it breaks back below this area that it did before when it created this? It's literally going to come and target this right here. Now, since we broke past it, we made a new low in the market, right? So now we have a new low in the market. Now, overall, price ended up changing the trend that it wanted to go on, and it started going up on this uptrend. Now we can make it on our way back up. So price makes this low resistance area here. So we can say overall highs. Let's just go ahead and shorten these because I want to keep these same markings here just so you can see. All right, so just going to put these right here for now. And we're just going to focus on this uptrend, right? So now forget all this over here. We got this uptrend, right? Price makes a high, pulls back, right? So now we got this high in the market, right? We're not looking, you can try to find a position down here, but it'll be easier for you to do it when price is breaking a high. Why? Because once price breaks this resistance area, it's using it as a support now. So now we got that break above. We got a new high in the market. It pulls back. This is the daily time frame, by the way. So it pulls back during these days and then tests this as a support before continuing up, making a new high in the market. So now we do have highs here, but I'm gonna just focus on this one. Now we got a high in the market. Price breaks it and makes another one, right? So now we got a new high in the market, but then price changes this trend right here. Now we just go back to what we was talking about before. Now we're just going to take these away. Once we understand that price is on that uptrend, we're going to take these away. And now we go back to what's really going on. So this is, how should I feel like there's oh, it's not my fault. There's like people trying to get in. All right, I feel like there should be a term for it. I don't know if there is a term for it, but I feel like we have to take in consideration what, like, overall, matter of fact, it's on the weekly actually. Matter of fact, it's actually, yeah, it's on the weekly. So overall, the trend on the weekly is a bearish, downtrend. So let's just actually go back to the daily. So we have to take into consideration what kind of market we in. We do have this overall low. So once price got to here, right, we're back over here again. So what do you think? When price broke above and everybody thought it was buying, once it broke back below, which is actually where we took our sell at, once it broke back below, what do you think is going to target once it does that? It's going to target these lows, so the previous lows that we targeted before. And then what do you think is going to go once it breaks below these lows? It's going to do the same thing it did right here, come down to this one. And then what do you think it's going to do once it gets down to that one and then creates a low? What do you think is going to go right down to this one? That's just how price moves overall. So now we're back below these previous lows. What do you think is possibly going to happen? It can possibly come down to here. I'm not going to be like, hey, it's going to do that, but overall throughout like my course of like trading, price moves zone to zone, and then previous lows and previous highs are most likely be tested in certain trends. So where do I think price is going to go just because we broke below, close back below here? I think price could possibly retest if it wants to come up here and retest. It could come all the way up to here and retest, and then come all the way back down to this previous one. And then it can do whatever it wants to do in this area before coming back down to here. But overall, I can see price breaking these zones, breaking these levels that I have, excuse me, coming back down to these levels. And that's what I overall see just based off of price action, just alone, nothing else, just price, telling me what is going on. So that is what I think. We can use NAS too. So let me just go ahead and delete this. Let me go ahead and delete that. And we're just going to do this one once again. So overall, we have this low right here, right? We see price came down and sold right here before making this big buy up. That's what I like to look for. I like to look for areas where price makes big price movement. I know some people would like freaking have lines that be like this and just be like this and all types of stuff. But I personally like the bigger moves and what areas like get rejected pretty hard. So overall, I feel like this is something that I should take note of right here. So I know that here, price sold down to this area right here, sold down to this area and made a low before continuing up, making highs up here. But right now I'm not focused. If you wanted to, you could focus on it like this, how price has these lows here, but it didn't break out. So it was using this as a support. Once price broke back below these lows, it created a whole new low in the market, creating one right here. So take this one in consideration as well. So now we have this low in the market, and then we have these lows over here as well. So just overall, so you can see what I'm marking up and why I'm marking it up. Well, it's just gonna be ugly. Don't judge me. It's gonna be ugly. But all right, we have these lows here. Price broke them. So easy sales from breaking these lows. So once price breaks lows, it's most likely selling. If it's breaking highs, so if it's breaking above here, it's most likely doing what? So buying. So we're breaking these lows. What do you can target? You can target these previous lows here. And then once it comes there, it targets it, but makes a new one. So now we got a new one, makes a pullback. As it starts to sell, what do you think it's going to do once it breaks this low? It's going to target this one, make a new low in the market. So now we got a new one. So we got this new one here. Matter of fact, we can just do these wicks down here, since overall I can see that price did come down here multiple times. We got this one, right? So we got this one now. We got a new low in the market. Price makes a full pullback. This is actually okay because we do got a resistance level here that it used to hold itself up. So now we got this here, but we got this overall new low in the market. So let me just go ahead and put this right here. All right, so it was kind of aggravating me, my fault. So remember this low over here? Remember when we broke it and we made a new low in the market, and then we came back down, we broke it again, so we made a new low in the market. What do you think is going to happen when it breaks this low again? Like, what do you think is going to go most likely if it breaks this low again? Most likely here, most likely here. And then, as we've seen before, when price comes to a low, it breaks it and then makes a new one. Pull back, breaks it, make a new one. Pull back, breaks and make a new one. Like, it just repeats the same thing over and over. So as we break this previous low, what do you think is going to go? Most likely here, most likely here. It breaks all that and then makes a new low in the market. So now we got lows over here. We can say here, but I'm overall looking at where price made a big movement at. Price did come all the way down to this level right here before making this little buyout, before breaking back down. So now we got this, right? So now we got this low in the market. Pulls back, comes back into this area where these lows are at, and then before it does that. I mean, after it does that, breaks it and makes a new low in the market. Now we have a new low, and then price goes back up on that uptrend like we've seen on US 30. And now we're breaking this low again. What do you think is going to happen now? What do you think is going to happen when it breaks this low? It's most likely coming to the next one and then the next one. And that's just how price works. All right. Let's do, since we did indices, let's just do, let's see here. Let's do, I mean, we can do this. I mean, it's not that. So on the daily, yeah, we're still on the daily, just overall looking at price. I see that price sold off here before making a buy back up. You can even use this over here as well, but we're just going to focus on this one. Doesn't matter. So here, price made lows, right? We can overall see that price has been on this downtrend. So overall, just making lows, just seeing here, just making a low, making more lows here, you know, just overall making lows in the market. So I'm seeing that price has been selling for a while, makes this pullback here. And then what do you think it's going to do once it sells back below here, this level here? Same thing. So let's just go ahead and mark these. So we got this low in the market, we got this low in the market, we got these lows. My circle is going to be a little off, but you know, you get the concept. Got these lows. So, all right. So what do you think is going to happen when price breaks past this low? So we break past this low and creates a new low in the market, makes a full pullback, breaks back below here, back below these previous lows. What do you think is going to go? Once again, it's going to test this one first. And as we've seen over and over, price is just going to make a new one. We overall made a new one right here. Then had a full pullback. Then we came back below here, tested back these previous lows before making another little pullback to retest these, but overall still not making any significant highs. So overall, it was pretty good. Even back above this level, it would have been like, all right, price is bullish because now it's just breaking these previous highs, but it didn't do that. Just came back and retested the previous lows before continuing down. Overall, you could have been looking, even if like, let's say you took this and then you didn't get out like over here and then price pulled back up, you could have got right back in once it broke this low, because what's going to happen once it when it do that? Like literally here, price broke this low and made a new one. So we're back in that same area where price broke this low and we're targeting this one, makes a new low in the market. Now we got a new one, right? So new low in the market right here. Overall, you know, bearish, still overall bearish. There's nothing telling me that I should be looking for buys. Most people stay on the smaller time frame, so they don't know what's really going on, but we see what is actually going on. Price is still, you know, breaking lows. It's pulling back, making, you know, whatever structure it wants to before selling back off. So we're back in this area, pull back up into this area, back into these lows. It sells back below. You know, what it's targeting is targeting this. Then we actually break it, making a new low in the market, right? So now we have new lows here, creating this one. And then we have this resistance area up here. So we can mark this if you want to, but we're overall focusing on this previous low. So now we got this. And as price sells back down, what do you think is going to target again? It's going to target this. We got a new low now. Price makes a pullback. It gets back to selling again. Once it starts selling again, where do you think is going to go? Back to this previous low, making a new one. Price makes a pullback up into this previous low, and then it gets back to selling again. What do you think is going to target? It's going to target this previous low, then this one next. So now we're in that predicament where, you know, how do you decide whether to mark up on the daily or the 1 hour? I thought you only, well, I was just showing you an example. I mean, we can do it on the 1 hour. I was just showing y'all an example, my fault. Can do it on the 1 hour. So let me just go ahead and erase all this. So overall, looking at price on this downtrend, And we're gonna take this one into consideration as well. So this one is gonna be actually our major one since we're on a smaller time frame than this one. I'm just gonna take this one into consideration because this is where I see price came down to selling before pushing itself all the way back up into this level right here. But on the daily, we've seen that all this push up was just price, pulling back on that time frame. So we're gonna look at it like this. I see that price was selling off, creating a low in the market here. All right, so now we got this low here. Price pulls back. All right, so mark that. Price pulls back, making a lower high. So overall, lower highs. And then we sell back down. What do you think is going to target? It's targeting these lows as it sells back down, comes back down to here, and then we end up eventually breaking, making another low in the market. So now we got this. Right. So now we got this. Price ends up pulling back up, creating like some kind of resistance here, but we're not worried about that. We're just seeing if price is going to come back and target these lows. So as it gets back to selling, if price is selling, what is it going to most likely do? Retest the previous lows. We come back and retest, making another low in the market. All right, we got this low. What is it going to do? Pull back before getting back to selling. We sell again, make another low in the market, which happened to be on the support level. Now, the support level contains buyers that can push price back up. So this level that you can see over here caused this uptrend to start. So do you think price is going to get to here and just break it and sell off? It's going to have some kind of reaction. Not all the time, but most of the time it's going to have some kind of reaction because this is where buyers are waiting to push price up. And this is where you got to find who's in control. So right now, sellers are in control into this area. Now, buyers push back up the market. They are in control right now. But then this is why we have our zone. So as price pushes itself back up, we're thinking that all right, price can come back up and do something all the way back up to here because it hit a level of where buyers are at. But that's not the case because then we get back to falling back below our previous lows. So price is, making its way back up, then breaks back below these lows. So overall, what is it going to target once it gets back down? It's going to target this low and this low. And we come down to these levels. We pull back, retest this one before breaking. So this is where your main focus should have been is price going to break that area? That's going to tell you buyers are no longer in control. So here, price breaks those lows. Now we got price breaking it. We continue down from here, creating a whole new low in the market, which happens to be down here. All right. So now we got one here. New low here before price makes this big trend back up. It's actually 1 hour candle, but yeah, it makes this huge impulsive move back up, rejecting this level here, this overall resistance level here, right? So we know price has made a new low in the market. We're okay with price buying back up. Is it breaking any highs? No, it's using this as a resistance. It's, sort of trying to make its way back down, but overall we have this low. So if we would have caught this trade from price breaking these previous lows, then we would have took profits anywhere in this area as price made a new low in the market, did whatever it did here. But we're looking only for entries once it gets back below here, because right now prices, we don't know where prices could pull back into. We have a new low in the market. Overall, we can look back over here in the time, like looking over here, but right now we're just going to be like, we don't know where it's going to go to. We're going to take our take our profits and see what happens, where it's going to create that, lower high before continuing down. So it creates a resistance level here, and then we get back to selling here. So once it starts to sell and breaking lows, what do you think is going to most likely target? This one, it targets that, and then it sells back below, causing a new low in the market, and then repeating the same thing over and over. Pulling back, and then as price gets to sell again, what do you think is most likely going to target? It's going to target this. How do you know for certain in real time the prices Because if price is making a lower high, the lower low is gonna break the previous one. How do I know if it's not a lower high? Because it's gonna break the low. I mean, how do I know if it's not gonna be a higher low? Because it's gonna break the low. Yeah, people will literally switch from sales to buys to buys to sales. Like, I don't understand that. Exhaustion on GU. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't even know what that is, honestly. What do you use to mark up SPY? I just use SPX. I treat it the same way as everything else. Wait. Oh, I cleared my chart, but I was looking for price to come into this 390 level, so this level here, and then I was looking for this previous level here. That's how I just mark it. They look exactly the same. So honestly, whatever NAS is doing or US 30 is doing, it's just gonna do the same thing. Exhaustion meaning chest wicks. Oh, I didn't know that. But how do you know when you have a good chance to take a trade in an uptrend? Wait, what do you mean by that? Like if price is going up? Because price most likely is breaking high. So you'll be looking for price to come back above these previous highs before, trying to take a position, because when price makes that pullback, you don't know where that pullback's going to end. But if you do want to like figure out overall, I would just say like getting on like a smaller time frame as price is selling and looking for that change of character on that time frame. That's how I used to do it, but now I just be patient and just let it break structure. But overall, like let's say if I was looking for price to if I was looking for a buy entry and I wanted to get in at the like, not right here, but I wanted to get down here, like I'll be looking for a change of character once it gets to a level of support. So just overall, we're looking at these highs over here. And I'll be looking for a level of some kind of support here and price trying to change characters. And that will look literally like this. So on the smaller time frame, it'll be going down. And this is what you'll be looking for. That'll be downtrend. And you'll be looking for at least the 5 or the 15 to start making its way back up, creating higher highs and higher lows off of a support. Only if it's on a support. This makes the chances of you losing badly in a trade like slim, because then let's say if it comes down, right? Let's just go ahead and get rid of this. Let's say if it comes down, right? Comes back up, trying to make structure to the upside. Let's just say it all case scenario just sails back down. You should be having your stop loss below this previous low, this low right here, because if price is breaking lows, what is it going to do if price is breaking lows? Like literally, what is it going to do when it breaks lows? It's going to sell. So once price breaks this low, it's going to probably retest and then continue down. And you don't want price breaking lows if you're in a buy. You want price to be breaking highs if you're in a buy. So that's what I'll be looking for. Probably just confuse somebody. I know, I already know. But me personally, I like, getting my trades above areas where price, like recently, let's just go back. Let's go back here. Let's go to the 1 hour. So price creating structure, well, a support here, not structure, but a support here. Once it broke past these lows, what is it most likely going to do when it breaks past lows? Is going to, continue down, making lower lows and lower highs. Well, overall, making this low in the market. Once it finished making that low and started making a trend back up, I knew that this was a pullback. It was going to pull back to what? Most likely the previous low or high. So we got lows over here. It could have been something like over here, what these lows are at, or even this one up here. But price pulls back up into this area and then creates the trend back here, breaking all these lows that was created on the uptrend that was made. Overall, trying to find price selling back below here to confirm that this is still a downtrend. Price pulls back, breaks it. What is it going to do? Make a new low in the market. What is it going to do? It's going to possibly pull back. This could be this honestly could be the pullback, and then it breaks these lows. But overall, it could pull back, creating something up here before continuing down. That would be looking like price is just doing this. So price created this high, pulling up. Could be this little sell-off that we just did. Could be a pullback before continuing higher, and then creating the same thing before going back down. Or this could be that. This could be that high that's made, but then price pulls back all the way down, breaking the lows overall. He said, why would you not get in GU sales? Because that move is already done. That move literally looks done. Not even looks, it is done, because after all of that, I'll be looking for price to sell back below here. I wouldn't get in now because I'm looking for price to sell back below these lows. If you was looking to sell, you would be aiming. Oh, somebody's in here. What the world? If you was looking to sell, it would have to be in session. So let's just go back to, let's just use London session. All right, so we have this low during London session. All right, so if price becomes bearish during London, it will most likely be coming to target this one. Overall, our last London session, it was bullish, creating these highs up here. So we'll just see. So this is like an not an ultimatum. Was it like this is a 50-50? If it becomes bullish for London, it's breaking above these previous highs. So it'll be targeting this one up here. But overall, the downtrend is made. So if price becomes bearish for London, most likely coming back down to test this one. Please trade it in session. But yeah. What do you use to set up SPY chart to call or put trade? Robinhood? Wait, what do you talking about? What platform do I use to trade options? I use Robinhood. You've just cleared something I was struggling with when to do my entry. So basically, when price is selling, you focus on price breaking levels that were support. Yeah. Yeah, somebody keep drawing on my chart like a little kindergarten. Cool. Was wondering your thoughts. No problem. But overall, I just like that. There's some trades like over time, you're gonna like it's just gonna be like a feeling. It's not even like, because I tell people do what the chart is telling you and not what you feel, but it'll be some trades where it'll just give you that gut feeling that you should just stay away. It's not even like trying to predict it. It's just like, nah, I don't know. I'd rather, it's like you'll be like picky on, like, once you become like crazy at trading, like crazy profitable, not even profitable or consistent, or like just overall good at trading, you'll want certain setups like over another. Like you'll just want certain setups. Like y'all will understand. But you just want certain things to be like this way because it's like easier. The smallest, like 100 to 1K. So basically support is structure plus support and resistance. Yeah. Sounds about right. Mark up some charts. Yeah. How long did it take? It took like like 8 hours. It was on Ethereum. Ethereum sells when Biden was saying we was going to war and everything was crashing. Easiest trade ever, honestly. What do you think on gold? Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, so what do we have here? How do you know I read that one? How do you decide whether to mark? I read that one. Does it depends on what kind of trade you're taking. Just to answer that question again, it depending on what kind of trade you're trying to take would depend on the time frame that you're on. You see me? I'm back. All right. So yeah. All right. We're gonna look at gold overall. Hold up. Oh, and one more thing. Not everything is gonna have a setup as well. So don't try to force anything. I'll be seeing that too. I'll be peeping. I'll be peeping y'all. I'll be not y'all in general, but I'll be peeping people in the chat. Y'all be forcing setups that don't be there. Like that shit is retarded, honestly. Can't force them things. You gotta let them come to you. All right, so now we got gold here. If we was looking at gold, let's just do it all over again. If we was looking at gold overall, we did have that level of resistance, what happened to be support from over here. So overall, we had that support level, but we're just going to focus on what's going on now. So overall, we had this previous low here. Price made this pullback, and now we're coming back down. So as it's coming back down, what is it most likely going to test? We're going to test this one, but we're just going to look at the internal structure inside. Basically, when I said internal, just overall what's going on right here, how this move was like trending. So we're going to focus on this move, right? So price came down, made this low, right? Made a low. And we're going to say that this didn't close. It didn't really close back below these wicks, which we would have been looking for, or just overall right here. So we're just going to take this as a level of support. Price use this as a level of support. All right, so we got this low, and we got this low, right? All right, so here we got these lows. Price breaks these lows, and now we create another low in the market, right? So we got that low here. Matter of fact, let's just go zoom out a little bit more. All right, no, let's do 15. All right. So as we can see here, this level of support creating these lows, price kept bouncing off this level. Then we ended up breaking it, kind of coming back and retesting it while creating another low in the market. So now we have another low in the market. Like I said before, if we make a new low, it's going to come back up and do what? It's going to buy up, do a new high. So now we got a new high. And then price gets to selling again. What is it going to most likely target? If it starts to sell, it's mostly going to target back down here. So then we end up coming back down here, breaking it, and then making another low in the market. So now we got this low in the market right here. Price comes up for a buy for a little bit, and then uses this level as a resistance, pulling back down, trying to pull back up and trying to break out here, trying to go up for some kind of buying pressure, but it fails to do that overall just with this selling pressure that we have. So we just use this level as a resistance just to keep it easy. Just use this as a resistance. It hit a resistance. And then as it gets to selling again, what is it most likely on target? It's targeting this, coming back down to that level. Once it does, it ends up breaking, causing a new low in the market. So now we have a new low here. What is it going to do? Price pulls up, makes a new one. Not that big as we've seen before, but overall still making small lows, still small progress in the market before, trending back up. So now we have this price pulling back up, making this high, right? It pulls back down. This is what we would call a higher high and then a higher low overall. So just to zoom in so you can see what they look like. They look like literally this every time. Price will create this high, but won't come back down. Like you'll see them sometimes on other trends, like you'll see it like this. You'll see it like this. But overall, once price gets to selling, you want to like remember that, oh, we do have this low. Like you don't want to be too strong on one thing, because let's say if you was strong on this, let's say if you strong that price created this, and then you was saying dang, I just lost my train of thought just then. If you said this and just instantly went in for the buy once it got to here because price made that high, and you was thinking like, all right, let's say this just ended up selling off. And let's say you got in for a buy because you was like, all right, we do got this high, so I'm just going to go with this. And price ends up selling off. Okay, it's not a coincidence because we do have this low in the market. So just overall remember there's like he said, why are your candlesticks the same color? I don't know. Does that even matter? I don't know. I don't know. I just like my color is black, honestly. I used to use it for a psychology thing, but I mean now I can just do it. I mean, but I mean that doesn't matter. That literally does not matter. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Price made this high, and let's say overall you was too strong because you thought it was just gonna go higher. You literally just thought it was gonna high. You didn't see it going higher. That's what people have. They don't. They'll be like, oh, price is gonna sell. Like it'll be going up, and they'll be like, oh, I think price is gonna sell. They don't let price tell them it's selling. Like literally, they don't let it happen. So they would have hopped in to buy, and let's just say it just went down. It wouldn't be a coincidence because we do have this low in the market. It did go for a buy, still not breaking any highs yet, or even this high that it created, it didn't do that yet. So it wouldn't have been a coincidence if it sold off. So it ended up pulling back, and then this one breaking this one, making a new high. Right? Once we break this high, we got a new one, pulls back, breaks this one. Now we got a new one, pulls back. Now we're creating them lower highs again, as expected, because overall it is a downtrend. Now, this is one thing. This is one thing I do want to say. Let's go to here. Hold up. Bro, why does my chart look like that? Earlier it did not look like that. Price right now, you should not be trying to trade this because price right now, as you can see, this is the 1 hour. It went up, stay right here, stay right here, stay right here, still in the same area. You don't know what price is going to do right now. We have this new high and we have these lows down here. You want to wait to see what price is going to do here. Is it going to break these previous highs or is it going to break back below these lows? And as we talked about before, if price breaks this low, what is it most likely going to do? Retest this one and then retest these lows. So right now you shouldn't be trying to look for any kind of trade until price either breaks these lows or breaks above these highs that it made for itself, because you don't know where it's going to go. If it breaks this high, what is it most likely going to retest? It's going to come back up to here or even back up to here. So you just want to wait. This is literally where you want to wait. Literally, some of y'all got it. All right. Whoa, hold on. Be right back, y'all. I am starving. Be right back. It shouldn't take me more than like 2 minutes. My fault, everybody. Just be living crazy, be forgetting to eat and everything, bro. Bro, I noticed like I was like, bro, why is my stomach rumbling, bro? So then what about holding trades through sessions? I mean, that's easy if you take your trade in sessions, or if like you're in a good area anyways. Like, although I'd be like, I like only trade in New York, there's some times where price will be in a good area that I can take a trade, but I can't be in the mindset that, oh, this trade needs to move. Like I need to see like profits now. Because there'll be some trades that won't move until that session, but it'll be that good setup. But overall, I'll be finding good setups in New York. I haven't really found too many good setups in other sessions, but I found most of my good sessions in New York. Setups, my fault. All right. So yeah, like I said, I'll be waiting for price to break these highs or these lows. So I won't be trying to look for anything until it does one of the two. I mean, that's pretty much what I got for today. I was thinking about it all day today because I seen it in the chats and I was like, bruh, they don't know what the trade like not saying they as in y'all, but they just people just don't know what to do. Like they just be lost. Like, so I wanted to go over that today. This video is recorded. So I'm gonna put this in the Google Drive that y'all have. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. But hold on. Let me go ahead and end this.